Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I wanted to do a quick tutorial on Nebuchadnezzar. I've been playing this game for a week or two. I kind of finished the main tutorial. When I was playing it, I was having some issues with the game and I haven't found any tutorials on how to build cities in a way that's easily scalable. So this tutorial will kind of cover that. It will be kind of like a guide on how you can build a city that's easy to scale. One thing that I was having issues with is like the mental arithmetics when it comes to kind of calculating the supply and demand chains, because are the production chains I should say. So you need to kind of do a lot of calculations. This way I've been creating it has been helping me because it's kind of very easy to know how much demand there will be. You can always check the graphs on the supply demand area on the overlay, but even then, if you have separate demand sources, it could be an issue. So I'll kind of create the setup and show you guys. Hopefully it will be helpful. But yeah, let's start. Generally I try to start in like the bottom. I try to save as much room as possible, but to be honest, the room hasn't been an issue so far in any of the campaigns, so actually you don't need to save a lot of room. I think I'll start here. This looks like a good enough area for this map. We have the water nearby, so we kind of create the productions for the houses easily. I'll start with the houses. After that, I'll kind of showcase the villas and residences as well. But for houses, I like creating 48 blocks, 48 house blocks. So I'll show you what it looks like quickly, and then I'll kind of create the final version and explain everything. But yeah, so generally this is what I go with. A row of 6 houses 8 times. So this is the setup I generally like going with because it's quite a lot of houses, so it will give you a nice workforce initially, and it should be able to support you for quite a while. But yeah, let me kind of play around with it, create the whole setup, and I'll be back. Hello everyone. So as mentioned, I created the setup here. So as you can see, I generally have one poor market here. This will be the market for bread and milk, and I'll generally create another market for the ceramics and the beer. But we have 2 warehouses for it, so we have enough distribution and we have enough buffer. But yeah, we have milk and bread warehouses, and the people are coming in, as you can see. Currently it's inactive. I'll show you like once people are here and once we have some production, I can show you the route that I kind of set up for the distributors as well, because I think with this setup it's quite good for the route as well. It's quite basic, and yeah, so we have people slowly coming in, around 340 people. We have a big issue in terms of the employment, so we still need quite a lot of people to employ. But yeah, let me quickly show you the production lines as well before making any changes. I generally like, actually let me wait a bit so that these are fully employed, and I'll kind of turn off a few of these so that I can kind of show you the production easier, because we'll need a bit of a surplus. We'll need people working here to be able to show you that, and it should be any minute now. But yeah, you can basically see the setup here. This is the wheat and bread area, and this is the milk area, and we just need 20 more people, and yeah, now we have surplus employment. I can slowly start turning on the other production lines as well. But yeah, let me quickly explain why I set it up in this way. So I like creating three worker crop farms and also three worker livestock farms, because these will create 27, so you don't need too much space and you can create 27. And as mentioned before, on the setup we have 48 houses, right? So it will create a quite decent buffer when you have two of these, because it will create 27 here, 27 here when we enable it, and overall it will be 54, so we'll have a 6 buffer. And this will kind of help us scale in the future too. If you want to, you can add 2 houses here, 2 houses here. You'll still have 2 buffer in terms of like 2 surplus production for both of these. It kind of works quite well, I think. Let me turn this on as well and go to the bread production. And as you can see, the fire risk is rising because we have a decent population now. I'll turn this on as well. Yeah, they need the resources, but yeah, in terms of these like producers, they need 13.5 to be able to create. Like they can only create 13.5 even when it's fully supplied, so that's why I created 2 of these with full employment. This is for the wheat, so farm here will kind of send the wheat here. This farm can send the wheat here as well, but it can also supply these 2 with the wheat as well. Like this 3 probably it will supply with wheat instead of just going here, because these 3 bakeries are closer than the warehouse. So it should be helpful in terms of that. And yeah, now that we have the milk, I'll just wait for the bread to be produced and then showcase you the distributor setup for this as well, because that's another area that I think this is quite useful in. And as you can see, the wheat is being taken. Even these guys are going to collect that wheat, and this would be the same as well. As you can see, the distributor, the hauler, I guess, from this bakery is going in to collect the wheat. So this hauler doesn't need to do as much. This hauler will have a bit more work to do, but I think these 2 will support it. And yeah, we have wheat, we have bread now, so I'll wait for this
People always turn their heads when they
caravan to kind of do the next delivery, and then yeah, now that we have decent amount of bread, I can show you the setup for the route as well. This has been quite annoying when I was creating different layouts in the past too, because you don't want this distributor road to be too long. And also you'll see there is like an area where distributors can't go anymore. So for example, when we have a market here, they can't go further than this area, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. But this is a nice road, and it's a loop, which is nice, so that they don't have to kind of backtrack and then go to all the houses that they already supplied. That's why I like this kind of setup. And yeah, now the bread is there. Let me activate it so they start distributing it. And yeah, let's do the same thing for the milk. We have more milk, so it should be easy. I'll just copy the route from the other one. So as you can see, now it has the same route, and it should be able to distribute fast. And as you can see, everything is kind of developing, which is nice to see. All the houses are developing. Of course, we don't have bread. The bread production is a bit slower because of the wheat. But yeah, this is the main setup for the city. I'll quickly show you how to escalate this to the ceramics as well in a basic way, and then probably I'll do like another video about the villas. Yeah, the villas, so the townsfolk houses. So now I created the setup for the level 2 of the poor houses as well. Of course we don't have enough people yet, so it will take a while for them to fully start functioning. Let me turn these off for now so that the clay is being produced. We have the well here, same setup as the old one. And yeah, the ceramics shop is the same setup as the old one as well. And as you can see, this amount of people would require 4 of the fully staffed clay mines and 4 of the fully staffed ceramic workshops as well. And that's it. So it's a quite basic setup. It should give you a lot of surplus, so when the time comes and if you just need like a bit more workforce but you don't want to scale up, you can just copy these and then like add. You can add up to 6, but I would just add 4 so that you still have like a 2 surplus, because this setup is basic. It's creating 54 per year and you're consuming 48 per year because with this setup. So you have to keep that in mind. I'll also wait a bit to see where we kind of stabilize in terms of the population and workforce, because it will kind of give you an idea of how big this is and how much workforce it will create, because generally in the game your main limiter will be the workforce. You can make this a bit more lean. For example, instead of the caravan, you can just have these guys like near to your warehouses. So instead of like having this walk, you can just have the bakeries kind of just deploy, like putting the bread to the right warehouse. But I like to have like double buffer generally, so that you can have more production than necessary, and you can have some stuff. Let's see, I don't know why they left. There were like some people leaving, but yeah, they just started coming back as well. So it can be a bit finicky in terms of that. I'll just speed it up so that we can reach the stability point in terms of the production. And then yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, I passed the time a bit. Now we're at a full population point. Like all the houses have their demand set and they're all happy. In terms of the fires, for example, we're doing well. In terms of crime, there's nothing yet, but in terms of health, we're doing well too. I think these 2 healers should be able to support it, and as you can see, we have like a 3,000, almost 3,000 workforce surplus, and this should be quite enough for us to kind of support updating to villas and kind of like creating the support for the production of the villas. But yeah, this is the setup for the houses and the peasants in the game. Hope this was helpful. This is the setup I've been using for most of the game, and it's been quite easy in terms of managing it. I don't think, like, by no means it's the most complex one. You can do much more complex ones with like circles, and you can take advantage of the temples as well. But for me, this has been like an easy way to scale, so that's what I've been enjoying. That's why I've been enjoying building this. Hope you like it, and hope this was helpful. And I'll see you in the next video where I kind of go to the villas.